What are the best ways to make money on YouTube this year? And what are the alternative ways other than YouTube AdSense to ultimately go part-time or even full-time on YouTube? In this special episode of the Grow with Video live show, I'm welcoming two powerful guests that are going to be sharing multiple different ways, seven, in fact, of how they've been able to not just serve people, make a difference in people's lives, entertain and educate, but also build their income with YouTube and online video. So all that and more is coming up on the Grow with Video live show today. What is up? Sean Chandler here, and I'm so fired up for today's episode of the Grow with Video live show. I've got with me Christina Patterson and Sean Chandler, and we're going to be diving into the content in just a second. But can you smash the like button and let me know, where are you joining us from? Maybe you're here on the replay. Maybe you are here live. We're actually multi-streaming this. Our 1K challenge is a part of this today. And we're over on YouTube and we're in some different Facebook groups. So shout me out. And the Think Media team is hanging out live with you today. But I'm excited to dive into this content. We've got 7 powerful tips for you, but I want to welcome our first guest, Christina Patterson, to the show. She is the creator of Beloved Women, and it's a YouTube channel with 33,000 subscribers. I'm going to let her tell us a little bit about her story and when she started YouTube and how she got to where she is today. Christina, welcome. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you so much, Sean. First, I just want to thank you for allowing me to be here to chat with you today. I'm just so inspired by what you and the Think Media team are doing. So it's such an honor to just be here. I'm excited. And again, you inspired me with YouTube. And I started off as a stay-at-home mom. I'm actually a stay-at-home mom. And I was having just a desire and a heart. This is one of my first videos. And I had a heart to share what God was teaching me during my quiet time. And so I started blogging, then I started podcasting, and then I started thinking about doing videos. And at this time, there weren't much Christian content on YouTube at the time like there is now. And so I wasn't really sure about it, but I was like, you know what, let's go ahead and start posting some videos. And since then, I've grown an amazing community of sisters that have the same passion as me for God's word and to study his word together. And we have grown from 0 subscribers to 33,000. And last week, we actually hit 1 million views. And that was just like crazy to me. And so as someone with a heart that wanted to inspire others, I always thought that I needed to like speak on a stage and like be flying all over the world to do that. And so I was a little discouraged early on because I wasn't getting speaking engagements. I didn't know really how to go about doing that. I wasn't like traditionally published. I didn't have like these big connections to have like this, New York Times bestseller book to get my inspirational messages out. And so over the years, I've seen how YouTube has been an amazing tool to reach thousands upon thousands of women. And so I'm so excited to be here to share more about my story and how we've been able to not only use YouTube to share our message, but also to generate revenue so that we can continue to share that message.
Yeah, I love that. And your story is so inspiring. And one of the things we talk about is we need money for the mission. And
Yeah.
I think that a lot of people can relate to you because mainly they're impact driven first. They want to make an
Right.
impact, make a difference. But of course, in today's episode, we're also talking about, well, how do you make a living at the same time so you can even reach further with your message? So I'm excited to get into those strategies in just a second. But we also have another guest with us today. And this is Sean Chandler Talks About. And Sean Chandler is an incredible individual. He's actually one of our Video Ranking Academy students that I ran into a couple years ago before the pandemic at an event in San Diego. And I'm excited for you to be. Thanks for coming on the show to share some of your tips. But let us know a little bit about your story, Sean.
Yeah. So my YouTube channel is all about talking about movies way too much, but I actually put up my very first movie webpage way back in the late 90s. It was a Jackie Chan fan webpage where you could like click on each part of his body to find out in which movie he hurt that part of his body doing his stunt, but I didn't stick with it. I had the little counter in the corner, and through me clicking refresh, I got it up to 1,000 clicks or whatever, and then I abandoned it. And then I had some vlogs all throughout the years all about movies, my passion for movies, and then I abandoned them. And then about 10 years ago, I started noticing some other people talking about movies on YouTube. And so I put up my very first little test videos on YouTube, the ones that you're putting up on screen right now. I was a youth pastor at my church at the time, and you can even see in some of those videos, me in the children's ministry classroom shooting a movie review of the movie that I saw the night before, but I didn't stick with it. I was just too busy. And then jump forward to summer 2016. I kind of crashed and burned in life. I was in a reset phase where I'd kind of was out of ministry and was unemployed and had no clue what I was going to do with the rest of my life. And for a random date night, went to go see the Ghostbusters movie with the Lady Ghostbusters. And on the internet, everyone was either like thought it was the best movie ever or the worst movie ever. And the people that thought it was the worst movie thought the people that liked it were idiots. And the people that thought the people that didn't like it were like sexist. And I was like, it's just a movie. What if I tried to share like a normal opinion about it? And so I posted this video basically on a whim, and I stuck with it. And I had a little bit of success a couple weeks later, and just had the time at that phase of my life to post videos. But it was a very, very slow process of figuring out what would work for my channel. What was the thing that where I would stand out in my space? And so it's about 9 months in, I figured out that if I do a movie review, it gets like 100 views. And if I do a ranking of the franchise, it gets 500 views. And I went, wait, I'm not great with math, but 500 is more than 100. And so I just started reverse engineering what had been working and applying some of those principles. And then at about 18 months into the whole process, it just really started to take off. And I was able to quit my day job and go full-time on YouTube in February of 2019, about 2.5 years into my YouTube journey of really committing to it.
Man, I love your story, and I appreciate you sharing that. And I want to get to these tips. And, one of the promises that I made as we were talking about 7 different ways to earn your first or next $1,000 on YouTube, which is our topic today, is without AdSense. But I figured we'd start there. Number one, starting with YouTube AdSense. And I want to start with Christina with what you've learned as it pertains to when did you get monetized and what have you personally experienced with YouTube AdSense. And then we're going to get into a lot of different creative ways that are out of the box. But Christina, what has been kind of your experience with YouTube ads?
Yeah, YouTube AdSense was actually the first money that I made on YouTube. And it really meant a lot to me at the time, even though it was just a few cents. I had posted a book review on a Christian book that I liked. And I didn't really even think book reviews would get that many views, but it ended up being at the time one of my most popular videos. And I remember looking at the reports, the analytics for that video, and it said I earned 2 cents. And I know that doesn't seem like that's not a lot, but to me, it was like a seed, like, oh, this works. And like I shared with you before, I'm a stay-at-home mom. And so before I was working, it was my husband and myself, we were working. And when I became pregnant with our first daughter, we decided that I would stay home. So it was a leap of faith then to go from 2 people with 2 incomes to 3 people with 1 income. And so for me to just see like, oh, I can make money from home and generate income, it really meant a lot to me. And so that 2 cents was just a seed. And I was like, I'm just going to keep doing this. I'm just going to keep posting videos. And so we've been able to grow our AdSense as well, and then add other income streams also.
I love it. And I'm curious, Sean Chandler, what's been your experience and percentagely, how is what percentage of revenue is YouTube ad revenue for like your YouTube business, basically, Sean?
For me, it's a pretty high percentage because in the movie space, it's such a popular category that it's pretty easy to get views. And so in which case it kind of drives revenue. And then likewise, the seasons where they put out big movies like Christmas, that's when ad rates are crazy. So when like Spider-Man No Way Home came out in December, It was just bananas, kind of what was rolling in. And so AdSense is a pretty decent chunk for me because it's just easier to get money in that category. But it wasn't so much in 2020 when the universe decided not to put out movies for
That makes sense.
a year. And so that's where a bunch of the stuff that we're going to talk about in here, having those other strategies was extremely important to like flesh out the business as a whole and have a holistic strategy and not just kind of rely on the easy thing because people go to the movies all the time and they want to watch videos about it very frequently. But so
Strong. Yeah, well, let's dive into the next one too, because even here we've covered AdSense at length and on our Think Media channel, but I want to get into talking about affiliates. And Christina, let's talk about this with you. We talked a little bit about affiliates. We've talked today in our challenge, and we've talked about it other place. The summary being, you share a product you personally love and use. If you talk about a book you love, you can share an Amazon link. If someone clicks on it and purchases it, you get a commission. But there's also other affiliate products. So what has been your experience with this one, Christina?
I am an Amazon affiliate. And so when I do book reviews, or even when I share my own books, I always use my affiliate link. And so we've been able to generate income that way. And it's super easy because I don't always have to be the one to create the product. If there's a book that I like that I want to share that I know our viewers are going to like and they're going to want to read it, then I share that affiliate link in the description of the video. Or if I'm interviewing someone and they've written a book or created some sort of product on Amazon, I've been able to share that affiliate link in the description as well. So it is a very simple way to get started with generating income without having to produce your own product or create your own product or invest money in your own product.
And when did you first sign up for Amazon Associates?
I think it was 2017, 18.
Do you remember maybe how big your channel was? Because people wonder, there's not an exact number. We can't say an exact number, but a lot of times you want to sign up once you already have a little bit of momentum. Things have changed over the years.
They have.
But were you a ways into your channel?
No, I was definitely probably under 1,000 subscribers at that point.
Yeah, for sure. We recommend, a lot of times we recommend if you're getting 50, 100, 200 views a video, you have a little bit of momentum, sign up, because the other thing is you need to make a certain number of qualified sales with, I believe, in 45 days. That might have been different back when you signed up. I know that was a little bit different for me as well, but and that's a question we've been getting. Sean, I'm curious because what different, I don't want to get into the next point, but what you mentioned some niche affiliate sites. So a lot of people have heard about Amazon. You have a story of a niche affiliate site that made you like $500 or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah. Tell me that story.
I have a movie channel and there's this program called Movie Pass, which basically it was a subscription service where you could go see a movie every single day of the month for a set cost. And so I was just a member of that because I was reviewing movies. So it was just cheaper to have this service. And I looked and they had an affiliate program. And if you got someone to sign up, you'd get $20 per person that signed up. And so this was 6 months into my channel. I signed up for this and started making $20, $40 per month. But it was a little bit more of it was designed for movie lovers initially. Then in August of 2017, they changed their business model to make it a service for everyone. And so they dropped the cost per month from $50 per month down to $10 per month. So for the cost of one movie ticket, you could go see a movie every single day. And I was a part of the affiliate program. And every person that you signed up for this, you would get $10. Well, when you have a movie channel, that's an irresistible offer for every single person that would subscribe or watch my channel, because $10 per month for unlimited movies. And so in the first 12 months of my channel from AdSense, I made $466. 13th month, I made $500 just from this one niche affiliate program. Now, granted, this was not a good business model for them. And so this only lasted for about 9 months that they could have this program running. But basically, I just found something that was a great deal for my target audience, something that anyone that likes my type of content would be interested in this service. And then I made a video called Movie Pass Explained that just explained how Movie Pass worked. And so all the people searching, like, is this a scam? Like this sounds too good to be true. They searched and they found my videos. And I all along the way that I'd been using it, I did monthly little reviews of my experience of like, I went to see this many movies, and so I saved this much money. It would have cost this much. Instead, it was only this much. Here's my experience. Here's the hiccups I ran into. So as soon as they dropped their price and it became a mainstream product for everyone, my two of my top 10 videos for that month, MoviePass related. Number one video for that month, MoviePass related, and all of them driving to that affiliate link. And so even though my channel wasn't all that big at the time, $500 from signing people up for MoviePass.
That's amazing. And that bomb drop right there deserves a like button smash for sure. And I think what's encouraging about that is, yes, there's Amazon and yes, there's Dick's Sporting Goods and Target and Walmart and different affiliate programs you can do, but MoviePass, it's out of the box. You just got to find that creative idea, and where the world is going with e-commerce and online services and subscription services and software. And, today we're seeing Sean Chandler working with like NordVPN and different things like that. You can also be an affiliate, even if it's not a sponsor. And so there's so many different things. Who's your audience? And how could you connect something that would serve them, be relevant for them, even into your content, even if it's not direct? What does NordVPN have to do ultimately with movies? But if they want to protect their privacy, or if they want to get into an IP service so they can watch Netflix as if they're in, the UK, then you're bridging that gap. And so really, really creative idea there. Well, we're going to keep it going with Sean, because this third idea, though, this blew my mind. And I think this was back in San Diego when I ran into Sean, and he was saying, man, not only am I one of the Video Ranking Academy students, but I'm full-time now. He's like, I got an entertainment channel. I'm like, well, how'd you do it? What was one of the ways that you are generating income? And he told me this story about Audible affiliates.
Mm-hmm.
Sean, break this down and what exactly happened here?
So the Audible affiliate program, basically anyone that you get to sign up for a free trial of Audible, you get a $15 bonus for doing that. And anyone that signs up for a free trial of Audible gets a free audiobook, which is, once again, an irresistible deal. They pay nothing and they get something for free. And then for me, I get $15. And as for my audience, it's based off my demographics. It's like 15 to 25-year-olds and 90% dudes. And that's not a category of people that typically are known for reading books or listening to audiobooks. But the deal itself is just an irresistible deal. So the It Chapter 2 came out in 2019. This big, gigantic movie based off a Stephen King book. And so then in my coverage of the It movie, my movie review, my ranking of the different movies, I just said, hey, this is based off a Stephen King book. If you want to check out the very long Stephen King book for free, go to audibletrial.com/Sean Chandler, and you can download the audiobook for free by signing up for a free trial. Just put that in there. And the video did solid numbers, did solid for AdSense, but it did 10 times as much for Audible affiliates. And so I was like, okay, well, that's a good lesson learned right there. That's a good little strategy. You think, how many movies come out that are based off books? A ton of them. And whatever niche you're in, whatever you cover, there are books about that subject. If you do how-to stuff, there are books that expand upon whatever you're covering. There's research videos that I do about the history of movies, and whatever book I use, whatever my sources are, hey, if you would like to get this book for free, check out the link down below, audibletrial.com/Sean Chandler. And so that one was a big, gigantic one for me, of realizing that's a strategy just to make 10 times as much for certain videos. Then the other thing that happened back to 2020, where I just think smarter about my strategy and not just kind of rely on the easy AdSense side to things for where I was at, was I started thinking tangentially, like, okay, movies aren't coming out, but books still are coming out. And I think Star Wars, you can look behind me, big Star Wars fan, cover Star Wars all the time on my channel. Star Wars books were coming out during the pandemic. So I put out a review of one of the new Star Wars books and put an Audible affiliate in there for this new line of books that they were doing. Once again, video did decent AdSense, 10 times as much from Audible affiliates. And then the one that was just crazy from this last month, The Batman came out, was the biggest movie of last month. And my review for it did crazy good. But they came out with a prequel book called Before the Batman. And so I reviewed the book, posted video with the affiliate link, like, hey, if you want to check it out, links down below. You can get it for free. And this video that actually got like 1/10 the number of views because it was more niche sort of thing, made just as much money as my big, gigantic hit review of the Batman. And so even something that like does significantly less numbers can make just as much money because it had a better monetization strategy built into it.
Man, you're dropping bombs, and what's so cool about this is just thinking so creatively, thinking outside of the box. And again, yeah, some of your videos. Is this the video right here that we're looking at?
So that's a different. That's one on canceled movies where that's one where I used cited all my sources, and so it was actually an Amazon affiliate one I did for that one.
Smart.
But right before that, you can see in the right below where you're at, you'll see kind of my
every bat suit ranked, every Batman villain ranked.
It'll be a couple before that, like a week or two before that.
Okay.
March was the month of Batman ones.
Yeah,
right
lots of Batman, which is also
there, bottom right.
That's a whole strategy. Batman Forever or
before the Batman, right there.
Before the Batman book review. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So also that's a whole strategy right there of thinking about themes, thinking about what's happening, when's it happening. You go all in on Batman, but look at this, so creative. You grab this prequel novel, 14,000 views, as you said, which again is not like AdSense wise, that's not going to be significant. But you're saying that what was the way you earn money specifically from this was an affiliate for that particular...
That was Audible affiliate, linking people. Hey, if you're interested in the book, Audible affiliate, you can listen to it for free.
Gotcha. Boom. And so you can see that right here.
Right
Listen,
there.
you can just grab this and you're getting per sign up for the Audible affiliate. You get a commission of $15 or something.
$15 per person that signs up to get a free book.
To get a free book.
Free book, which that's a great deal for them.
Strategy a lot of us could use just because we, you kind of tie it in. Who doesn't want to listen to, like Christina, you might want to listen to something about your faith, tie it into Batman, something about business, something about health, something about a celebrity, so many different things on Audible, man. Another like smash for Sean. Drop it. What do you got?
And it's not disruptive. I think that's the thing that's best about it. You're offering something that to the person that wants it is like, why wouldn't I want a free book? Like, I was interested in the book and you told me how I can get it for free. It's an extra layer of value when you find a great affiliate program that offers something for free, offers a great discount, and you plug it in. People aren't annoyed by it. They don't feel like they need to skip it. They appreciate that you're thinking about how can you serve them on one extra level.
Yes, so amazing. Well, man, you're watching the Grow With Video live show. We just dropped tip number 3 of 7 ways to make money. We actually have a bonus tip, so you're going to want to stick around to the end. We're talking about AdSense. We're talking about affiliates. We're talking about Audible affiliates. But number 4 is physical products or merch. And Christina has some serious wisdom to drop on this one. And so, Christina, break it down. You're an author. You've created some journals. Explain how you've been able to monetize with physical products and merch.
Yes. My most popular video to date is my video where I teach my 4R Bible study method. The simple topic is how to study the Bible. And so I go through read, reflect, respond, request. That's my 4 R's. And so as I was writing the script for that video, I was like, it would be really nice if people had like a journal and they could write, answer the questions for each whatever scripture they're reading with the 4R Bible study method. And so I was like, okay, well, let me create a journal first before I post this video, not even knowing that it was going to be one of my most popular videos, and created this Life Bible journal. At first, it was just one design. We've expanded since then, and then being able to create other products around it. So there's scripture cards where it has the 4R Bible study questions on the back of the card that align with the method that we study the Bible with. And so it's been really good because we have a way where we can encourage our viewers to study the Bible for themselves. We're teaching you how to study the Bible, how to meditate on the Bible, spiritual disciplines and things like that. But our products are in alignment with how we're serving our audience. And so it's really a win-win for us to generate income so that we can continue our impact and our mission. But also it's a great way to serve our audience, to get them excited to actually do the things that we're teaching them to do.
That is so inspiring. But I want to take it back to the beginning here, because as we look at this now, this is amazing. You've got multiple designs. There's a whole page of products. The website is incredible. But I know our community's like, well, how do I build a website? And how do I like get that? Take me down to like 1.0. You mentioned there was only one design to start.
Right.
How did you figure out originally how to design it, get it printed, and get it online? And what were the tools that you used, or hosting website and things like that?
Right. I did a lot of research to find different publishers because I really wanted it to be spiral bound. It didn't have to be. I'm actually seeing a lot of people doing journals and planners on Amazon and just self-publishing there and being really successful there. But I found a publisher that could do spiral, and I ordered 25. I ordered 25 journals, and I was like, okay, let me see if I can sell these and how long it's going to take. And so we sold them within a month. And so then I ordered 50 journals. And then we sold those in like a month or two. And so then I was like, okay, I think that we can really do this. And so then I ordered, 100 journals. And so we just we started small because I didn't necessarily know that it was going to be successful financially, if it was going to be profitable. And so I didn't have anything to lose because I just started small with what we had. And then we just grew from there each year.
That's really encouraging. It's not about your resources. It's about your resourcefulness and building up one thing at a time. It's starting with the 25 journals, not the 25,000 journals,
right?
And having them in your garage and like, what am I going to do with these? What did you build this website out yourself? What do you use? And
I did. So this is Shopify.
Okay.
And Shopify, and this is the first website I used to sell the Life Bible Journal on. And it's pretty user friendly. Just drag and drop, and pretty much if you know how to do WordPress or if you know how to upload a YouTube video, you can use Shopify as well.
And then are you a graphic designer yourself? And you come up with the designs yourself?
Originally I did, but I use Creative Market to find designs. The first design was ordered off Creative Market, and I kind of just redesign some stuff myself. I'm self-taught on Photoshop just from Google searching. And then these recent designs, I actually hired a designer off 99designs.com to create the images for me. I kind of told her what I wanted, and she created all of the flowers and the arrangements and the theme that I was going for. And so then I was able to just use what she created, because I don't know how to create those designs from scratch, and just put the covers together how I thought I wanted them to be.
Man, it's amazing. And you're like the conductor of the orchestra. Right. You have a vision. You're turning your vision into reality. I've got a vision of these journals. Start with what you have, but then going from Creative Market to 99 Designs, getting your skills in Photoshop as well. But in some cases, you're outsourcing. You're getting someone to help with the spiral, using Shopify. And I want to encourage our community too, because as you're leaning into this can feel very overwhelming, but that's why we're all about skill building. That's why start small. That's why take one step at a time. And you can do this. Like, you can learn each thing, get your first 25 journals, right? Get signed up for Amazon Audible affiliates or whatever it is. And then once you have momentum, I've learned this: you can't steer a parked car. You got to just start moving. And once you start moving, you start getting more answers. You start scaling up. You have a little bit of money to reinvest. And so that is super, super powerful. And so cool to see, Christina. And so those are all the physical products, right? Journals as well as cards. Did you start with the cards?
Well, actually, the first physical product would be books. And so I was self-publishing on Amazon. They have a program called KDP where you can self-publish, and they essentially do everything for you. You upload the book and it's like print on demand, but for books. So someone orders off Amazon and they give you a royalty for that book. And so I started with just self-publishing a book and then doing some Bible studies, promoting them on my YouTube channel. And so one of my books that I did was called Relentless Joy. It was a Bible study through the book of Philippians. And so what I did was I created corresponding videos for each chapter in the book. And so I told my audience, hey, we got this video Bible study series coming out. Get the book. The video series is free. Go ahead and get the book on Amazon. And again, this is just me starting and not really knowing how things will work out. And it was a huge success. The book was a #1 Amazon bestseller in like 2 of its categories. And I did not even expect that because it was just like people were like, oh, I want to go through this series and I want this book that's going to help me follow along. And so that is one of the main ways. Every time I come out with a Bible study series, there is a workbook to go along with it. And it's self-published through Amazon. I don't have to pay anyone to publish the book for me. Amazon, they take, I think it used to be, they would give you 70%, but I think they're doing 60% now with the Amazon royalties. But I mean, it's still a lot for me when you have an audience that likes your content and they're like, oh, okay, I can get a $13 book.
Man, that's amazing. And I want to talk a little bit more about that as well. And we have actually 4 more strategies coming up in just a second. But this is the Grow with Video live show. And I want to remind you, we're just a few weeks away from Grow with Video Live. Check out this video.
This thing is your gateway to get out of the thing that you complain about.
But people would rather complain about how it is than put in the work.
We need to start understanding how big this opportunity is, because for everybody in this room, you will sit back in 20, 30 years and regret if you didn't execute in this era.
It has never been a better time in the human race ever to actually just go all in on you. Regardless of what you're trying to accomplish, you've got to tell the world about it. This is now the world. If you're not betting on this, you're finished.
This is your golden era right now. There's never been a better time to be you. This is the greatest golden era of not only business, but life. I desperately want you to win, but this is on you.
Welcome back to the Grow with Video live show. We're going to get into some more tips on how to earn your first or next $1,000 from our special guest. But I want to remind you a couple things. First of all, Grow with Video Live is a couple weeks away. Alex Ramosi, Patrick Bet-David, Gary Vaynerchuk, Heather Torres, Vanessa Lau, Jasmine Starr, so many speakers. And you can see all the details at growwithvideolive.com. But today's a special episode of the Grow with Video Live show because we're in the middle of our Tube 1K challenge. Even though you might be seeing this on a Facebook page or on YouTube, we actually have a very limited offer going on right now that doesn't just include a ticket to Grow with Video Live, but it also includes our signature program called Video Ranking Academy. So if you're serious about growing on YouTube this year and expanding video onto multiple platforms, and you want to really go deep and build this into a side income or a part-time or full-time income, check out learnvideo2022.com. There's 3 different levels because you can attend this conference virtually, you can attend it in person at a general admission level, or there's also a VIP level that includes lunches and a couple extra perks. And so this is a limited offer. If you hear my voice right now, if you are watching this video, if you're watching this on the replay, there's probably not much time left. So learnvideo2022.com is where the details are for that. And I hope you don't miss this year. It's a once in a lifetime lineup. I've never seen Patrick Bet-David from Valuetainment at any event, let alone with Gary Vaynerchuk, with some of the other speakers that we have. Evan Carmichael's coming out, Pat Flynn, Shalene Johnson. It's going to be incredible. So learnvideo2022.com or check out the post, the YouTube description, the comments. find that link and check out the details because it's ending very soon. Listen, we're talking all about 7 different ways to earn $1,000 on YouTube and to ultimately start building up your income, whether that's AdSense once you get monetized. We've covered affiliates through Amazon or even through things like MoviePass and niche accounts. We've covered Audible affiliates, which is so cool. And Sean Chandler has been schooling us on that. And then Christina was talking about physical products or merch, talking all about making her own journals or her own scripture cards. But we have a couple more to go through here. And we have a bonus tip. So stick around and smash the like button if you've been getting value today. Number 5 is monthly memberships. And so one of the things that when I was asking Christina ahead of time about, what are some ways to earn money, you mentioned, Christina, give exclusive content to your super fans by offering a membership. Tell me a little bit about this.
Yeah, you're providing content on YouTube, and there are going to be people that just absolutely love everything that you're putting out, and there are people that will want even more. And so, if you can somehow provide more exclusive content, maybe it's an extra video a week, or maybe it's a full-length video, and you're only putting maybe certain segments on YouTube, you could potentially create a membership where people pay you each month so that they can get that extra content. I know you've probably seen people with Patreons, or even YouTube offers its own membership within your YouTube channel that you could offer to people and charge membership levels depending on how much you give your audience. With memberships, it could be digital content like extra videos, but it could also be like templates. It could, whatever you're offering them, it could also be a physical product that maybe you mail out each month. And so you can get really creative with it, but just think of additional content that your super fans would absolutely love and wouldn't mind paying an additional fee for each month. And it's been really helpful for us because it's more consistent revenue that's coming in every single month.
And so what do you use to join your membership?
Okay, so I'm actually using Vimeo OTT because there's an app portion to it. So there's the membership, but then you have app access. So we have the Beloved Women app, which I love because we wanted there to be a community aspect to our membership where we can send you notifications, we can do lives within the app. And we can do PDF downloads, extras that we give our app members, our app membership members. And so that is what our membership looks like. And we're using Vimeo OTT right now as the platform to run our membership on.
That's amazing. And so we will, you could check out belovedwomen.org and you could see details. Really cool. And did you launch on that platform too? Was it been user friendly? Is that where it all started?
That is where it all started. So I just launched on the web first for free. And then again, my whole story, as you can tell, is we got to start small and then we just take little baby steps and we grow from there. So we didn't originally have the apps, but I did launch using the Vimeo OTT platform. And that was actually free to actually create an account and upload videos. And I picked them because it was a good video platform, and the primary content, the exclusive content that we would be providing our members would be video. So that's why I chose them. But if you're going to be doing training, maybe you might do Kajabi or Teachable or something like that. So you would pick a platform that best works for your audience and the type of content that you're going to be providing. But we picked them. We started off with just their web level. And then I had a goal. I was like, when we get to this number of members, then we will up our platform and we will do the apps and offer apps to our members and things like that. So we started small and we just grew from there.
Start small and grow from there. But I'm excited because Sean Chandler talks about also is doing memberships, but you're using Patreon.
Yes.
So Sean, talk about when this started and what's been your experience.
So I started on Patreon about a year into my channel, right around when I had about 1,000 subscribers, and I started doing some larger scale projects and videos and was just looking for an additional way to monetize things. And so early on, I had about, basically in the beginning section of my Patreon or journey, by the point in time that I hit $1,000 from AdSense, I'd made $625 from Patreon and about 15 patrons. And so early on, it was a big percentage of what was kind of working for me. And essentially, it was letting people have more say into what I was going to cover and offering additional videos. That's kind of what I did at the beginning of things. And more recently, as I've kind of been able to fine tune things and my audience has grown, the two things I do, the one thought is basically people on Patreon get more access to me. So I just do a weekly Q&A. And when you have a channel my size, if I do a Q&A on my main channel, there's hundreds and hundreds of people that are trying to ask me questions. And so if I do one on Patreon, I can answer everybody's questions. And so it's a really good hook to get people to join. Anytime I do a live stream on my main channel, like, hey, join at any level over on Patreon. We do a weekly Q&A and I can answer all your questions. And then the other thing that I do is on my channel, I do a lot of like top 10 lists and top 10 best action movies, top 10 best comic book movies. And so every time I do one of those videos, I do a second video on Patreon with 5 more. And so it's basically the same way that streaming services try and hook you, that they'll put 2 episodes out for free that anybody can watch whenever they first open the service. You get the 7-day free trial where you can watch the first 2 episodes or whatever. You get hooked on the show, and then you have to sign up to see the rest of it. And so I kind of do that with my top 10s where people are like, oh, I wonder where he put this one. I wonder if I have this one in there. So every time I do one of those, it just hooks people, pulls a new group of people in. But it's just looking, how can I add extra value, extra expertise in a sustainable way? And so for me, doing a weekly live stream, that's actually a lot of fun because it's not overwhelming the way it is on my main channel. It's fun to just get to talk with people, and they get much more access to me and have that back and forth in a way that in the comment section, it's not as easy to do that. And so then likewise, kind of a perk in there too, of you can have like a Zoom call with me every month at the top tier. And so just if you have a question you want to ask me about movies and just sit down and talk about movies with me, I've got a group of people. I talk with them every month. It's pretty cool to get to do that. And Patreon, jump back to 2020 when kind of the whole movie stopped coming out. AdSense ad rates all dramatically dropped. I was totally fine. Patreon just filled right in on the gap of the inconsistency of AdSense. Wasn't a problem. Patreon just filled in that gap because I just offered more value to the super fans, and they were able to make everything perfectly fine during a very tumultuous year, especially in a specific space where the thing that fuels a movie channel is new movies. No new movies in 2020, and I didn't have to sweat it at all because of Patreon.
Man, that's great. And that's a power tip right there too. You know, what you're learning from both Christina and from Sean is diversifying your income. Because, you know, 2020 might happen, ad revenue might go down, but you got journals, or you got Patreon, or you've written a book, or you have, you know, these other income streams. I saw a question come in asking about the site Christina was using. It's called Vimeo OTT, over the top. And I believe, Christina, right, it allows you to kind of do your own branded app, because this becomes your own app. And you can see these branded apps are using Vimeo as the technology for starting out with like $1 a subscriber, or starting out at $500 a month. And there's these different levels. And so this would just be one way to create the experience that Christina wanted to create. Sean, you know, uses Patreon, which I believe they take 5% of your revenue. But you can upload videos right there. And then it's a members access area for there as well. And so really, really powerful tips. And we still got more to get into. We're going to be landing the plane, but we got 3 more. So we're going to keep it moving. The next one you could do is you could create a course. And so this is an opportunity to package what you know, create a course. Christina, you've done this. Talk a little bit about what you did with creating a course.
Yes, I actually was very hesitant about creating a course. I was pushing it away for a really long time because I do get people that ask me, well, how do you do what you do? Essentially, a course is where you're going to teach people how you do what you do. And my friend, one of my close friends, like, Christina, you need to create a course. And I was just like, no, I got to do my Bible study videos. I got to stay focused on the mission, you know? And so finally this year, I was like, you know what? I've gotten enough questions, people asking me, okay, how do you're doing this Christian YouTube thing. How do I start a Christian YouTube channel? And so I started a course to just teach Christian women how to get started on YouTube, how to share their God-given message online with video. And I can tell you that in one, we haven't, that was the most money we've made in the shortest amount of time, if that makes sense. And so that was essential and just so crucial to us moving forward as a ministry, because it provided money for us to continue to do those Bible study videos. So I kind of had to have like a mind shift about it and realize that creating and teaching people how to do what I do would also fuel me to do what I actually do and what I actually have a passion to do, which is to teach women the Bible and how to study the Bible for themselves, but also teaching them how to create their own online ministry has been significant for us.
And I think that's powerful. I think what that speaks to is the seasons too.
Right.
Like as we're breaking this down, you don't want to. She did that after, right? You did that after you had some momentum, after you'd done the journal, after you did the thing, and then you started to teach the thing. It kind of reminds me of my story. Before creating Video Ranking Academy, I was talking about cameras and teaching about cameras and doing affiliate marketing and learning how to rank videos. And built a success there and actually tested it and figured it out and stumbled and failed. And then I was like ready to package that in a course. And so all of our paths might be unique, and these different monetization posts, if you will, maybe you start some of them earlier, maybe you do them later. So it's kind of nice to know that there's multiple ways to continue to evolve your career in the creator economy. Would you agree, Christina?
Yeah, I would totally agree. And I mean, creating the course was actually so fun. I already have like 2 ideas for my next 2 courses. And so I actually enjoy it. And I love the opportunities that it's presenting for me to do even more of what I love to do. And also that it's increasing our impact, because now there are going to be other women that are going to be empowered with not only just the encouragement, but the actual tools and knowledge to share God's truth online, just like I'm doing. So I'm looking at it also as just like multiplying what I'm already doing without having to do more myself.
Man, absolutely incredible, inspiring stuff. What's been your aha moment so far? Think community, drop that in the comments, and which one do you like best? Because we got a couple more here to do, but do you like, for your niche, AdSense best, affiliates to start with, Audible affiliates, physical products? Which one of these is right for you? You don't have to do all of them. These are, again, like tools in your tool belt. You could pick the different tools, maybe creating a course, or now I'm excited to get into number 7, and Christina touched on it, but I just kind of want to circle back, and that is write a book. And Christina has packaged some of her books. I want to make sure I can look these up on Amazon and the best way to find them. This is different than your journals. These are actually books you've written through Amazon KDP. Would this be the best way to find it here, or is directly from you?
Yeah, this is from me. You can go to Amazon and just probably search Relentless Joy or Christina Patterson, and it should show up. But creating a book was actually my first physical product that I actually created. And I wrote the book, and I was telling you again at the beginning about my story about feeling like, oh, I needed to be this speaker, traveling the world. Found YouTube. I also felt like, oh, I needed this traditional publisher to be able to write a book. And so I actually pitched my book to 3 publishers, and it was rejected. And then I just decided, I found out about Amazon KDP, and I wrote my first book, Daughters of Fire, and I published it on Amazon, self-published it. And I actually absolutely love the process. I love the idea that my book could actually be on the same platform as other authors that do have traditionally published books. And, you know, Amazon is a trusted website that many people go to every day already to buy books. And so, yeah, I sell them on my website as well. But I like to think of Amazon as kind of like a mall. People are already going there to spend money. So it was a good opportunity for a small creator to create a product that could sell well. And they did. I shared earlier about how I package all of my video Bible studies with a workbook to go with them. And so we sell those as well on Amazon. And so I'm like so passionate about self-publishing, and I don't even really think that much about traditionally publishing. Maybe one day I will. But for right now, I'm completely satisfied with self-publishing. And this was, again, we were talking a little bit about how 2020 affected everyone. And with the Life Bible journals, you know, with the 2020 and everything shutting down, that affected a lot of like shipping and shipping suppliers and getting things to people on time. Amazon was not late though. For the most part, they were shipping those books like clockwork. And so having my books on Amazon was also a benefit for me during that time, because we could still sell books. I was getting royalties from those books every single month, regardless if I'm publishing a book every single month or not. So it was just consistent revenue. I put in all of my videos, the description of my videos, I simply put books by Christina. And so when people see my videos and they like a book that they like the content that I'm putting out, and I've gained trust with them by providing good quality content on YouTube, then it's easy for them to just go to Amazon, a trusted website that they probably already purchased from before. If they're an Amazon Prime member, they're going to get free shipping. It's easy. It's an easy sell. You know, usually with some other content like the membership or like the course, I might have to warm my audience up a little bit more to make the sell. But I've experienced for myself with a book, people are more prone to just buy it just from watching one or two videos from me. So it is definitely one of the ways that I will continue to generate income for our YouTube channel and for our business, because one, I enjoy writing books, and two, it works.
Yeah, I love that. And I saw a question coming in about using Amazon KDP and how hard is it? How did you write the book, get it, edited and get a cover designed? And can anybody do this? Can they just, because you don't have to have books in your garage. They're either digital or they're print on demand, right? So
Right.
ultimately they can come directly from Amazon. What's it like using KDP and CreateSpace?
Yeah. You know what? It's changed over the years. For the most part, like my first book, I designed that cover, that all that firing going on. I want to redesign that one later, one day. But the insides of the book, the actual pages, that was like a Word document. And in KDP, they will tell you, what the dimensions and the margins need to be. They have pretty good documentation there. So I just read the rules for the requirements, and I just followed them for how to shape and size the pages in Word. I just used Word, and then uploaded it as a PDF and the cover as a PDF. And then of course they review it. If there's anything wrong, they let you know. But for the most part, I felt like it was pretty simple to use. And actually, for all these covers, like that cover right there, I designed that in Canva.
Man, amazing. I mean, that just it's inspiring. It's like you're just getting up and doing it. You're like, I'm gonna design the cover.
I'm gonna figure it out.
Microsoft Word. I'm gonna look at the settings. I was, just follow the I'm gonna, sit down, write the book, upload it online. And they're probably if I'm gonna go out on a limb here, they're probably not perfect. Is there any like little details about these books? Maybe something you wish was different in the cover, or maybe like, is it possible there's one spelling error in there or punctuation error?
Yes, there is. They are not perfect. And you know what, Sean? Spelling and grammar is like not my strong suit. I actually do have an editor that reads all of my content and edits things for me. But like I was telling you, with the first book that I wrote, Daughters of Fire, I'm like, oh, I don't love that cover anymore. At the time, I thought it was like, oh, that is fire. And now I'm like, oh my gosh, but I always go back to my purpose and my mission. With one of my other books, the formatting or how I structured it, I'm like, oh, now I look back, I would have did it differently, but I got it out. It's done. And I'm more concerned with those small details than my readers are. Their feedback is, wow, this book really changed my life. This helped me while I was in the hospital. And that's our mission, is to impact and help women. And so as long as we're doing that, I can look over all those small, minor details.
Yeah, I love that. Done is better than perfect. Of course, you want to honor the product you're selling and you want to get it done to a level that is delivering value to that end user. But there's always going to be those perfectionism that can hold us back. And I love it that you just punched fear in the face, you punched perfectionism in the face, and you pressed publish on your book on KDP. Well, we have a bonus tip. We are coming up on the end of our time, but I want to get to the bonus tip. I want to talk about that final eighth strategy of earning $1,000 on YouTube. I want to bring Sean back in, but I did see a question too. I had it mentioned. I think, Christina, you joined the Video Reiki Academy in 2017.
I think so.
That is amazing. Yes. So was it helpful specifically in those early days of you getting started on YouTube?
Oh, yes. It was helpful because, Sean, I was staying up late at night to record my YouTube videos while my kids were asleep, so that them running around the house wouldn't be in the back of my videos. It was the only quiet time I had to record my videos. And so I'm putting in all this extra work to create these videos, and they were getting views, but I just felt like there was more I could be learning about how to grow on YouTube. So when I found out about VRA, I was like, I'm definitely going to make this investment, because I wanted to just fast track that learning curve of trying to learn how to rank my videos. And it was such a blessing to me, because what I did after, I'm pretty sure I like binge watched the entire course, and I went back since and watched it a second time. But that I was so excited. I learned how to rank my videos from the course VRA, and I went back and I actually ranked all of my old videos before I even started publishing new videos with what I've learned from VRA. And even from the older videos, just updating my thumbnails, updating my descriptions, my tags, my titles with what I learned, I was starting to see more growth and more traction, more views on those videos. And so then I was like, okay, so we're going to rank all our videos moving forward. And that was so important in our growth of our YouTube channel and our growth of our community. And we've talked again about just kind of safeguarding yourself financially when hardships come. But even when it comes to growing on YouTube, ranking my videos has helped so much with that. In 2020, it was a hard year for everyone. But particularly for me, I've had a lot of health issues over the past 2 years, and I only posted 12 videos in 2020. That was not my intention. I wanted to post, 2 videos a week, but I was only able to post 12 videos. And in that year, we went from 20,000 subscribers to 30,000 subscribers. And so we were still able to grow 10,000 subscribers in that year because we had all those videos that were ranking. They were still getting views. They were still working for me, even when I couldn't work for the YouTube channel.
Well, I appreciate you saying that, and so grateful. Since then we've reshot the course a couple times and we've updated it. And I actually want to ask Sean, because this is unique. Video Reiki Academy makes a lot more sense for, or makes complete linear sense when you're a channel like Christina's or like Think Media's, when you're very clearly in kind of education and maybe teaching something specific. But again, when you came up to me at that San Diego conference, I heard a little bit about your channel. I know we have all kinds of vloggers and entertainment channels that have crushed it as VRA students. But from your perspective, Sean, what has it meant to you? Like how was it helpful back when you joined VRA to getting to where you are now?
Yeah, so I joined after I'd had a couple of videos that were like surprise successes, like, oh, this is taking off. This might be going somewhere. This might be my new career. I need to figure out how to do this right. I need to learn not just to stumble into success, but how do I repeat success? And that's where I signed up for Video Ranking Academy to figure out how to do this and make it sustainable. And a lot of what I got out of it was just learning to think differently about how I create videos and think about ideas. So earlier in this video, we talked about how I reviewed Before the Batman, which is a Batman book. I'm a movie channel. I don't review books, but I did that because I was thinking about what is the other revenue stream? How does this fit with what I'm doing, but also expose me to a new and different audience? And thinking bigger, thinking differently, removing the box that I had there about, okay, I post videos to get views, to get AdSense money, and go, no, 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 no. How do I design the video with these other revenue streams in mind? And other things kind of you talked about in the course about like kit.co, a website where you can make lists of things that link to like Amazon.com. And I started just thinking through, people ask me all the time what posters I have in the background. Hey, where can I get that poster you have? And so I used kit.co that you talked about in Video Ranking Academy to make a list of all of my posters, all of my Funko Pops, all the fun stuff you see in the background behind me. And just occasionally in my videos, I'll just say, hey, if you're wondering where I got these posters, hey, this cool shirt that I'm wearing, and I link to a kit.co link, and it's answering a question that people have been asking me to drive traffic to affiliate links. Likewise, some things you kind of talked about how when we were talking about Batman, I said March was Batman month. That was 100% strategic. And the way I designed it was all around how do I feed one video into the other video into the other video. And so before the movie came out, all of my expectation videos, trailer reactions are like, so, you know, when the movie comes out, I'm going to review all the older Batman movies leading up to it. I'm going to do a review, a spoiler review, and then I'm going to do a ranking of every possible thing you can imagine related to it. So I told them in advance what we're about to do. And then when the movie came out and I started doing these rankings, at some point in time in my video before, I always check my audience retention so I know where the dip off is, where people, stuff that I learned in Video Ranking Academy, study your audience retention to figure out where people are actually watching. Before they dip off, I say, hey, if you like this video, I've got a bunch of other Batman rankings just like this one. I've ranked da-da-da-da-da and list off the other videos. Then I say, I'm about to do da-da-da-da-da. And just all of it is promoting the other content that we're going to cover. You need to kind of think, if someone is going to sponsor one of my videos, hundreds, thousands of dollars to sponsor it, that's space in my video that they value at hundreds to thousands of dollars that I can use to promote my other content. It's a sort of way of thinking that I got from Video Ranking Academy, just trying to think. It's a holistic, big picture strategy when it comes to getting people to stay on YouTube, stay on my channel, and thinking also about how am I going to monetize it from the ideation, from the idea of the video. Like when I left watching the Batman, I thought, oh, I literally got in my car, pulled out my phone, downloaded the audiobook of Before the Batman to listen to it, because I knew I wanted to do like, oh, that's a perfect example of a video that would be perfect to do an Audible affiliate video for it. And it was, turned out to be very profitable. And that was the thinking, very much was, how am I going to monetize this? Not just thinking, how do I get views? How do I get AdSense? So
I love it.
The thinking.
Yeah. And I mean, that's our company is called Think Media. And I think I love how much you said that, because it's really thinking different about your niche, thinking different about YouTube, thinking different about the creator economy and how you're going to make money, thinking different about your entire approach, and thinking more strategically. Of course, we can't get into it, but we teach the 7R system, as Christina and Sean know so well. And the very first R is reverse engineer. It's totally starting with the end in mind and working backwards. And so I appreciate you sharing kind of your experience. Friends, I feel bad because I've kept them long past this hour, and we need to touch on this last point, and we are landing the plane. But I definitely, there's been a couple questions. you know, you can check out Video Rated Academy anytime you want on SeanCannell.com. That's the public price, but it's a lot more expensive. It's a big discount we're running right now at Learn Video 2022. There's a link in the description where on YouTube, and then of course on Facebook, it should be in this post. But we have a special bundle, whether that includes our event. And there's a couple different levels if you want to come in person or watch virtually. And one of the things that Sean and Christina, they may not have even been, like, have you seen the new VRA Master stuff that we just uploaded yet? I don't assume you have.
Not yet.
Because you guys are already crushing it. But I want to challenge you because you already members. We just uploaded 25 new videos, and Video Rated Academy has just been getting better. And we have 70. It sounds like a lot. There's 75 new videos that we're adding in the next couple months, just because, of course, we continue to pioneer and innovate. So those are there for you. And, you know, one of the things that is available with VRA right now is the lifetime access at Learn Video 2022. So that's where the details are. I know they got to go. They got families, all kinds of stuff, but we have a bonus tip for you, and I have to give it to you. We'll go quick. The bonus strategy is sponsors. And Sean touched on this, but Sean, break it down. I spotted one in one of your videos.
Yes.
NordVPN. What have you learned about this, and what size did your channel have to be once you got to this level?
So the first sponsorship I got was, I think, right around 2,000 subscribers. It was only a month after I'd hit $1,000 from Adsense. So it was still very early in the process. And once again, it was a niche sponsorship. It wasn't kind of generic product with a big budget. It was an app called Stardust that was basically a social media app for movie reviews that made it very easy to upload 30-second reactions to movies. And they were looking for influencers to talk about, to drive more people over there and to get more people on there. And that was the first one I got. And it was a point in time where even getting just $50 per video, which is what they paid me, that was insane money to me at the time. With where my channel was at, you know, I was normally getting like $3 per video, and suddenly they want to pay me $50 per video to talk about an app for a couple of minutes. And so I got something niche very early on, but it takes until you have to be consistent, not just with your subscribers, but with your views, really, to be when you start attracting sponsors where they're interested, because they want to be able to repeat success. They want to be able to know what they're going to get if they pay for something. So like on my channel, when a sponsor reaches out to me, they say, hey, we want to put a sponsorship on one of your ranking videos. They don't say I want to put it on a movie review. They say they want to put it on a ranking video, because those ones consistently do get the higher numbers that are more consistent in what they get. Movie reviews, the Batman gets crazy numbers. Generic Netflix movie review does not get crazy numbers. And so then they want to have a consistency in your viewership. And typically they'll kind of ask for your demographics. They'll ask for a quote for how much you want for a sponsorship to do it for, and you kind of negotiate back and forth on when it is in the video and how much it'll be. And then you find a number in the middle there that kind of works. And the big thing I've kind of learned is that I need to not just say yes to everything. When the first time people are like, hey, we want to pay you to talk about something for a minute, like your eyes get big. Wow, that sounds amazing. It's not always amazing, because you have to believe in the product. You have to be really excited about it. And you also have to think about the fact of it's extra work to do it. And you have to work with people. One of the great things about doing YouTube full time is I work for myself, and sponsorships mean you have to work with someone else. So there can be some complications to it. But I think the big thing, if you're looking to get strategies, is to be plugged into the community of your niche. So that first sponsorship I got, I built the connection to get it by going to a film festival. And at the film festival, the sponsorship for the film festival was this Stardust app. And they just wanted people to use it. And so I just used their app while I was at it. And then the guy that was running it approached me and started talking to me. We exchanged information. And a month later, he's offering to pay me money to talk about his app on my channel. And so it's just kind of being in the community, meeting people. And then now that I've been doing this for a while, I have an enormous number of movie critic friends that are YouTubers. And we exchange information about sponsorships and who's easy to work with, and just even within the last month, I had a streaming service reach out to me about doing a sponsorship that I thought, that's a little bit too niche for me. I don't think I could bring the excitement to it, but I've got my friends over there that this is perfect for them. And so I just referred the streaming service over to my friend to check them out, because it's a better partnership between the better collaboration, an overlap of audience. And so then just knowing other people in your niche that are around the same size as you. And if you see someone's your friend of yours and they get a sponsorship, you can just ask your friend, like, do you have the contact information? That seemed like a good fit for me too. You can start building connections. And then just if there's things that you like, products that you actually like, that you use that tie into your niche, reach out to them just on social media, wherever you can, to see if they might be interested in sponsoring something that you're doing.
Wow. So many valuable nuggets and tips in there. 8 strategies that we shared today on how to earn $1,000 plus on YouTube. And I just want to thank our guests so much. First, Christina, thank you so much for being on. And if people want to check you out, give a shout out to your stuff. I'll put it on screen as well, but go ahead and give us the voiceover.
Oh, yeah. Well, of course, you can just search Beloved Women on YouTube and you will find our channel there, or go to belovedwomen.org. And that's where you can find all of our social links.
Amazing. Appreciate you so much. And thank you for sharing your valuable wisdom and tips and advice with us today. People got so much value. And Sean, how about your channel? Where can we connect with you and get the scoop on the latest series and collections of films?
If you head to YouTube and search for Sean Chandler, you will either find an NFL player or a guy that looks like me and it's talking about movies. It's the guy that looks like me and it's talking about movies. And whatever new releases are coming out, we got a Harry Potter movie coming out in the next week, and I will be covering it, ranking the franchise, all of that fun stuff.
Amazing. Well, Sean, thank you so much. You dropped some very unique advice today, and Christina as well. So many valuable tips. And so appreciate you both. Thanks again. And can we show some love in the comments, as well as smash the like button for Christina and Sean's sharing their time with us today and their advice. Friends, this has been the Grow with Video Live show. We're coming at you weekly on the countdown to Grow with Video Live. I saw some questions coming in specifically about Video Ranking Academy, details about it. Is it sequential? It is. It actually has a quick start course. So if you're very busy, and then it just unpacks as you want to go through layers, so you can take it at your own pace. But you can learn all the details at learnvideo2022.com. There's even a place to chat or leave a message, and we'll get back to you in the lower right hand of the screen. So if you want to talk to somebody on the Think Media team, just go to learnvideo2022.com. For a very limited time, you actually can take advantage of not just Video Ranking Academy, but also a ticket to Grow with Video Live that's happening in person and online May 2022. So if you want to, this is the time to go all in. If you're saying, I want to be serious about YouTube, serious about online video, and I want the best offer that Think Media has ever done in terms of online education through an online course and our experiential event with Gary Vaynerchuk, Patrick Bet-David, Chalene Johnson, Aaron On Demand, so Anthony O'Neill, so many great speakers that are going to be there. So learn all the details at Learn Video 2022. And thanks again for being here for the Grow with Video Live show. I'll see you soon.
Do you want to get in the room with experts like Gary Vaynerchuk, Patrick Bet-David, Vanessa Lau, Pat Flynn, Chalene Johnson, and more? And would you like to meet hundreds of other creative entrepreneurs just like you? Well, then do not miss the chance to get around creators and business influencers at Grow with Video Live 2022 conference. You can actually lock in your limited discounted tickets at growwithvideolive.com, or you can click the link in this post or in the description. Now, if you want to learn the best new strategies for getting views on YouTube and the most proven and profitable ways to grow online, then do not miss this life-changing event. You can join us in person in Las Vegas or virtually from around the world. Secure your ticket at growthvideolive.com and take the fast track to dominating the next decade, not just with YouTube, but with video. Go to growthvideolive.com or click the link in this post or in the description to secure your limited time